Namaskar, IAS aspirants. In the midst of the session of UPSC interviews in 2024, I thought to share with you some important and crucial experiences and tips so that the candidates who are appearing from March to April this year get some value addition. So these tips are based on my own experience as member or chairman of mock interview IAS interview board, and of course my own experience as UPSC tourism advisor and sitting in UPSC boards in past some years. So you don't have much time, but I advise that you ask your close friend or family member to see full video and give you important tips which are useful to you. See, UPSC does not expect the candidate to reply all questions. Nobody can answer all questions. So now 3 categories I have divided the interview, that you may be asked some general knowledge questions which are not related to your background or your subject. You may or should be able to answer some questions. But if you miss 2-3 questions out of 5-6 questions on general knowledge, don't much bother about it. Then another category is current affairs questions on economy, on space, international affairs, recent events, etc. You should be able to answer because you are expected to read newspapers, magazines, and also watch Sansad TV channels, etc. Then third category is Defone. Defone is related to your background, means your place of birth, your education, your optional subject, place of origin of your father, mother, their occupation. These questions are related to their background, their cities, their occupation, and you should be well versed with this background of Defone. I will give some examples later on. And most important part is your hobbies. I found that most of the IIT or other important students fill their hobbies and this thing by giving 4-5 things, and they invite trouble. Now you have already mentioned def to your hobbies, your sports, events, your activities in the past. You have to prepare. So better do rehearsal with your close friend, your family member of confidant, that you ask them any incidental question related to your hobby, sports, etc. They should prepare you thoroughly. Now, another thing based on my experience and the book I have recently launched, No Dream is Too Big, Memoirs of a Civil Servant, I have mentioned 3-4 chapters based on IAS aspirants. For example, the question is generally asked by one of the members, why do you want to become IAS? What are the qualities? Or give your assessment, your best good points or bad points. Then you must go through the qualities required as per All India Performance Appraisal rules. That these are the aptitude attributes, around 8, and 6 functional competency. You must read, and this is available in my book also, available on Amazon. Then you may tell that these are the qualities which I possess. So I think that I am more fit for civil services. Also they may ask, please tell those qualities which may not be required in other services like engineering, like scientists, but required in civil servants. These qualities are teamwork, preparing your subordinates, then how to handle crisis, how to deal with the politicians, how to have empathy and sympathy about the weaker sections. These are the specific qualities a civil servant must possess. So you may spell out. Then in that book, some district administration difference between police commissioner system, DM of Delhi, DM of other cities where police commissioner system is not there, very well discussed in that book. Another chapter you may go through is related to governance, like governance of Delhi, old system, multiplicity of authorities, because number of students belong to Delhi, so they may be prepared for what is smart city in Delhi. This is NDMC area and all that. So now I come to the day of the interview. On the day of interview, if you do yoga practice, please meditate for 5-10 minutes in the morning, and if you do not, then sit calm, quiet, and consolidate your energy. Now you, before entering the board chamber, please see your tie is properly there, your buttons are properly put in shape, it is not shrinking of your clothes, etc. Trivia is that women should wear sarees and male candidates may come with coat and tie, although it is March in Delhi, but I will prefer that they should do like this. Most important value addition is when you enter, say, smiling, say good morning or good afternoon to the chairperson, and if there is any lady member, please say good morning ma'am. You need not say good morning to all members individually, but start with smiling face so that you look more attractive while answering the questions. Now, when you start answering the questions, please look occasionally at other members so that they are also engaged in your replies. I have found that during mock interviews, the candidates generally focus only on the member who is asking the question. So please ensure that you look while smiling like this so that everybody is enjoying your answers. Then remember that it is your interview, not debate, not conversation, not talk or presentation, not argument. So don't move your face too much. Your eye movement generally they do like this. Hand movement just keep on your knees. Hand should be on knees. So these are my tips, and then I will also discuss about how to reply the questions when the board member asked. I have noticed as member or chairman of mock IAS interview board that after hesitating to reply 3-4 questions consistently, candidate becomes tense and he spoils his further interview. My advice is, even if you are unable to answer 4 questions, 5 questions, 7 questions, don't worry. You don't spoil the rest of the interview. For example, like Rahul Dravid, Mahi, Mithali, when they bat, they may leave some balls, they may duck, they may see bouncers and hesitate in touching the ball, but Rahul Dravid will always say, next coming ball I see placed on its merit. So next question, even if your half interview is bad, next question you should be prepared, calm and composed. You should practice it. Otherwise, most of the candidates, when they lose temperament or lose the continuity, they spoil further answers. So please avoid this. Another thing is, some of the candidates start jumping to answer the questions even without listening the full question. Why to do this? you should take some pause, 4-5 seconds, and if there is a question related to some hypothetical situation or analytics in your mind, or some debate related questions, or recollection of your memory based on your past, etc., being asked by the member, then you have to pause. Even 7-8 minutes, 7-8 seconds pause is no delay. And you may I take some time? May I take a moment, sir or madam? So no harm in doing this, but do not lose your calm or composure in replying the questions. As UPSC member in tourism services in the UPSC board, I found that UPSC members like articulated answers. See, you should be true to your answers. Ball is paid, okay. But there are many questions incidental to main question. For example, badminton, then who was defeated by Prakash Padukone in All England. So you have to recollect. In that case, you can guess. Okay, I don't remember, sir, but may I guess? Try to guess and be articulate. They like this quality of articulation, but no bluffing. And if a member insists on, okay, you please think and tell me about this thing, think about it. Then say, may I guess? May I be permitted to just think out of my memory, or a prudent man test, or my mentor will think like this, or as per my own experience. These phrases you can use. Another thing, that some candidates invite trouble for themselves by dropping some vague terminology. For example, while talking to Indian civilization, they will drop a word, okay, yes, people did not know about zero also. Then obviously you are inviting, if you do not have knowledge as who invented zero, or who opposed zero idea, like Britishers never realized till 10th century that zero should exist, then you are trapped. They will ask, which are the countries which did not know how to use zero. Then don't drop any terminology or words which you are not sure of. You are trapped and further questions will not be answered. But my point is, this can be your strength also. I remember some of the candidates, very intelligent candidates, they steered the board members to ask the questions in which the candidate himself is an expert. I remember one of my senior colleagues during IAS interview, when he did not mention about Sufism in his background or study, but he was expert in this because he studies Sufism. While answering a question on Bhakti movement in India, he took the name of Ram Bhakt, Krishna Bhakt, Kabir, Tulsi, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all that, and he also said perhaps some Sufi movement was also there, if I remember correctly. The moment he said this, member jumped to ask the question, what was the Sufi movement? Who are the Sufi exponents in India? Any words? He was thorough in this, and you will believe that the interview went on for 4-5 minutes only on Sufism. So this may be a trip, because I am firm believer that a intelligent candidate, a man with good memory and intelligence, may turn the board according to his own knowledge. This is a very good tip. Other things are related to background. Now I will give you some examples. If you are born in, say, Kushinagar, your father from Vaishali, your mother from Moradabad, UP, and you are study in Dehradun, then your background will be, you may be asked the questions on Uniform Civil Code because you have studied in Uttarakhand. So you should be able to compare it with Goa Civil Code. Then regarding Vaishali, your father's place of origin, Mahavir was born there, Buddha was related to Kushinagar. All questions related to Buddha teaching, Buddha's 5 places, Buddha's teaching. You must know. Muradabad is a smart city. Jigar Muradabadi. ODOP, UP scheme related to Muradabad brassware. These things you must remember, because in my own interview I was asked, I belong to Muradabad, I was asked why tobacco is very famous. During that period of 70s, we were not told to remember exactly your background. So I gave answer, but I recovered after that because other answers were good. Now, some topics you must prepare before the interview. Smart cities project, special purpose vehicle, aspirational district 112 and its results since 2018, Viksit Bharat concept and where we are. They might ask you, give 4 important pillars for Viksit Bharat. Your GDP, consistency, then per capita income. Then if you have shown your activities as health care for child and mother, you may be asked sustainable development goals. Which goal is this? What is the role of India in achieving the SDGs, like innovation, like space research, then poverty and hunger. These our Food Security Act is there, then free ration to 80 crore Janta, then Ayushman Bharat for health, then Nal Se Jal for clean water, then buses, good cities, smart city project, clean energy, solar energy, which also takes care of climate change. So these are the questions which are likely to be asked apart from other questions related to your background. Thank you so much and all the best to those candidates who are appearing in interview from March to April.